Alright, how's it going, guys? It is Cremon here. Today, we are on Snapshot 21w43a. It's another pretty small snapshot, not much has changed, but I finally uploaded my Minecraft Live video. If you didn't see it, it talks about Minecraft Live, and it talks about some of this 1.18 news, and the warden, right here, obviously, we're in 1.18, Snapshot 21w43a. It's definitely added. Yep, this is the new warden. But since it's not coming to the game in 1.18, we're not gonna get any super huge features. So let's get into the video. All right. So first of all, just look at this beautiful A. It's a normal A. Yeah. All right. So first of all, there's a change with world generation. So at the edge of world generation from old worlds, let's just say this was your world from 1.17. If you go into this new snapshot, all the blending will be good. And so if you have like a desert biome, like I'm in a desert biome right here, and let's say this is 1.17, and then these new chunks, they're 21w43a, well, it blends together really well. So it's going to be like this in the new snapshot, except this will be for old worlds. Now, old worlds, so yeah, now you can upgrade worlds, and the blending will be all good. And you'll even get the deep slate. So when you mine down to the bottom of the world, in any world below 1.18, obviously at Y0 is just bedrock, but now it's going to have a whole layer of deep slate until -64. And not yet, but in a future snapshot, they're going to add caves. So like under Y0 in these worlds, they'll switch the bedrock to deep slate and add caves, but they haven't done that yet. But it's going to be really nice for old worlds. Now, they still definitely recommend a backup, so if you just have an old world and you don't want to lose it, like, I mean, even if I just had some random world, I would probably back it up if I used it in this version. Now, there's also just a few other world generation features. They're just some really nice changes. They're not too big, so I'm not going to go over them. Now, next up, there's the new video settings. So if you go to options and then your video settings, there's chunk builder, and then it's called threaded. So this used to be priority updates, and then there was like by player, near, and like far. So there's threaded. So nearby chunks are compiled in parallel threads. This may result in brief visual holes when blocks are destroyed, which nothing has happened bad for me. I haven't even changed the setting yet. And then semi-blocking, some actions within a chunk will recompile the chunk immediately. This includes block placing and destroying. And then fully blocking, nearby chunks are always compiled immediately. This may impact game performance when blocks are placed or destroyed. And then threaded again. So I guess if you have it at this one, it's doing all of the farther chunks first, which will be good. So like when you go straight into those chunks, it's not insanely laggy, but it does load even farther chunks, which still makes it lag. And speaking of lag, it's seeming pretty good. Like, I still have these lag spikes when I'm moving around in worlds, but like I'm recording and I don't have the best PC, but like just running around like 55 and my FPS just drops, and then it goes back to like 60, and then I'm moving again and it drops again. But overall, just running around, I'm getting mostly 60 FPS until I like start flying a lot. But yeah, Mojang has done a really good job with the performance. Like compared to the first snapshot, I could barely run it. Like I could run it, but it was just pretty hard, and now it's just like super easy. I load up my game and it's pretty good. And I also have this fully blocking, which is the biggest one, so I'll probably keep it on medium, and that's probably the best. Alright, so next they have reduced the amount of flooded caves near river coastlines and ocean coastlines. So right now I'm in a river, and if we just go down here and find a cave, actually I'm just gonna go into spectator mode. We have this flooded cave, but that's from the literally from the surface. So we do have another flooded cave all the way over here as well, and then there's this huge dripstone cave. Wow, this is cool. Which this thing is completely flooded. Like there's water all in here. There's even glow squids. There's magma blocks. There's so much dripstone. This is actually super cool. Like dripstone biomes, they don't have much of a use, but they're still like amazing looking. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be changed much unless there was like every cave was a literal flooded cave. Like these couple of caves that are near the river are all like flooded. I mean, down super low here we have some diamonds, but like the caves super low aren't flooded too much. There's just a few like aquifers and like little water lakes like this. Now, speaking of aquifers, Aquifers actually have changed their Y level, so they're going to be more common. So it doesn't say what Y level, but if you find an aquifer at like -40, there's going to be more aquifers around -40 or closer to that Y level. They're not going to be like all over the place, so it's easier for you to travel in a boat, which will be really awesome. Just using boats in caves is going to be amazing. Now the last world generation change is that lava aquifers are less common, so this is just a lava lake, or I should call it lava spring. But if we found a lava aquifer, it's just less common in the entire world. Now the final feature, Dripleaf now has more blocks. So big Dripleaf can be placed on clay, grass, dirt. This one's kind of weird. Farmland, and then rooted dirt, podzol, and mycelium. So now there's actually a decent amount of blocks you can place it on, but this is not for the small Dripleaf. So if you have the small Dripleaf, it still has to be placed in like water on top of clay, moss, or dirt, I think. Something like that. And actually, can you place big Dripleaf on moss? It says these are the only blocks. Let's see. You can place it on moss, so moss also works still. There might be a few other new blocks that are added. They can also still be placed underwater, just on top of like any block that's over there. So like sand doesn't work, but clay does, dirt does, and also gravel doesn't work. So it's just a nice change, more blocks to be placing Dripleaf on. But that's it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below when you think Minecraft 1.18 is going to be releasing. I'm guessing it's going to be releasing around Thanksgiving, maybe a little bit earlier. Like, I'm being serious. I think it'll come really soon. I mean, I could definitely be wrong, but who knows? It's still an awesome update, even if it's small or big. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. I will do the 50 sub special, I promise. I'm just like been editing the Minecraft live video, and I've been doing other things. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.